time I sit down and film a YouTube video, the sun comes out. I'm not complaining. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all well. You're going to have to excuse the fan at the moment because it's literally like 28 degrees. I'm sat in my room, window closed, because there's a lot of noise going on outside and the sun is blinding me. So I basically feel like I'm sat in a sauna. So this fan, it is just gonna be there. That's just how it is gonna be. So today's video is kind of aimed at all my runners or those who want to get into running or are complete beginners, because I'm going to be reviewing my personal experience using Runner and how I found it, is it worth the money, and if you guys should get it. Before we go on to anything, this is completely unsponsored. I have never worked with Runner. And I'm not in the process of working with them or anything at the moment. I just would have found a video like this very useful when I had started my half marathon training blog, or if I wanted to get into running. So there's a few things that I've learned along the way which I feel like would be beneficial to share with you guys, especially for newer runners. So yeah, it's simply to share my experience and take what you want from it. There are so many people that use Runner. Everybody's gonna have different opinions. This is my opinion. Also, before we start really quickly, I can only apologise again for the quality of today's video. My camera still isn't working. I brought a new memory card, put it in because I thought it was a memory card problem, but it turns out it's an actual camera problem, which is the most expensive problem, which is the problem I was really hoping it wasn't going to be. So for now, we're just going to enjoy the quality of an iPhone and we're just going to have it like that. So start from the beginning of my running journey is when I started using Runner. So this would have been January 2024. Now I had just got into running. I had some previous experience with running when I was at primary school. And at high school, to be fair, like doing cross country. I competed at regional level for cross country running, so running wasn't that new to me. Also have a swimming background as well, just in case you guys are new here. So my cardiovascular fitness is probably, well, I don't know, I thought it was quite good. Very quickly getting humbled actually. So I do have some sort of experience within running. However, I had probably not run like outside more than 5k for, like I don't even know, probably about 9 years I've had a break from running, which actually when you say it sounds crazy. I made the decision January 2024 that I was going to start getting into running more for like the mental benefits of running. I just really enjoyed it, and it was just a time for me to get outside by myself, listen to my music and just chill, which I just absolutely loved. But then obviously me being me and like wanting to make everything into a challenge, I decided I wanted to sign up for a half marathon in September. I'd actually made that decision, it was like March 2024. And yeah, not only did I decide I wanted to compete in the half marathon, I also decided for my very first half marathon, I wanted to do a sub 1 hour 45, which is very ambitious of me. But spoiler alert, I did do it. So see, after signing up for the half marathon, I came up with a plan. Now, the first thing on my plan was to get running trainers because I didn't actually have any running trainers. Then very closely second was to follow a plan. Now, I'm gonna touch very quickly on running trainers, but I will make a more specific like running tips and tricks, lessons and everything video that I've learned, which just goes into things a little bit more in depth for you guys. But my first pair of running shoes I got was, I don't know how to say it, hookers, I don't know. But basically I just brought a pair of running shoes that were on sale and they were like just awful. I had a horrible experience. Like I had constant blisters, they were so uncomfortable. But that's what happens when you buy shoes that aren't for your feet and you buy shoes that are on the sale. So a hard lesson to learn there. So guys, make sure you do your research, get your gait analysis done and make sure you're wearing shoes that are right for you. Second part of the plan was to follow a plan. So there was so much hype about Runner. I'd have friends who had used Runner. I followed them closely on social, so I was like, oh cool, like I see a lot of people using this app, they rave about it all the time, I'm gonna give it a go. So to start off with, they give you a 2-week trial, which is really good because then you can kind of see what the app is all about and kind of gives you that little bit of a kickstart for those first 2 weeks. And it asked me what my 10k time was. Obviously, as someone who's not run probably for like 8 years, I had no idea. So I just went out and ran a 10k and did it in like 55 minutes, I want to say, which is really good for like not running for 8 years. So then just go out and run a 10k like just on a random Thursday. I don't know if it was Thursday. Just on a random Thursday night. Probably no warm up, no stretching, nothing, just go out and like send it. So that was the 10K time that I went with, and I input that into the app and I said that I was a beginner, but then it was like, oh no, you can't be a beginner because of your time. Like 55 minutes didn't kind of qualify as like a beginner time. So then I had to put like intermediate, but then in my head I'm like, no, I'm a beginner, like I'm a complete beginner to this. But Runner was like, in fact you're not. So anyway, I just did whatever I did to have to go through like the first initial like onboarding process. Also, when I signed up for this, it was in like March and my race was in September, but it wouldn't allow me to start training in March for the race in September. Now, I don't know if this is a feature that has been changed now. Obviously, like I said, this was from March last year, March 2024. But at the time it wouldn't let me, it just said the race was too far in advance. Whether it was because the race wasn't, I'm sure the race was on the system. Like, I'm trying to give Runner the benefit of the doubt here, but I from what I can remember, it just was like, no, it was too far in advance. You could have like 12 weeks and I think that was the maximum. So then I just had to choose a random date in like 12 weeks time for a random event of a race I wasn't doing, which wasn't really an issue for me because I thought, well, in 12 weeks time, it'd probably be quite good to see where I am, see how close I am to like getting to that goal. Why am I getting blinded? So signed up, did the 2 weeks. So just went ahead and thought, okay, well, let's just give it a go and see like what happens sort of thing. So I got my plan. Now guys, like I said, the longest run I think I've ever done in my life at that point was 10K. That 10K was like the furthest I'd run in my whole entire life, okay? My whole existence. The first run that Runner had planned me was 12K. 12K, and I'm trying to say like I'm a beginner. And it wasn't just like a 12K at like an easy pace. It was like 12K an average pace of 5:30. Guys, I am new to running. Like, yes, I obviously clearly have some cardiovascular fitness still from swimming, but I am a beginner. Like, this was just wild to me. Obviously I was just like, okay, cool, like this is what I need to do. So I went out and did the 12K, and I don't think I did actually manage to do it at a 5:30 pace, but I just remember being like really disheartened, like, wow, the first run of the plan, and like I can't even do the first run. But looking back now, I know that that was way too hard and I should have never have just gone out and did 12K as my first run. And then it came to doing like intervals. Now the intervals again were like at a ridiculously hard pace. Like, it was just, I love a challenge, I really, really do, but there's a difference between unrealistic and a challenge, and the times that Runner was setting me were just completely unrealistic. And again, instead of encouraging me, it was just disheartening me the whole time. But again, I stuck with it. I really did try and keep to like the paces that they were telling me to, and I wasn't a million miles off, but I still wasn't hitting pace at all. So I think I just then started to gradually like fall off the program because like I just wasn't feeling good. My knee was playing up. Like, I just feel like I perhaps, like, obviously there has been so many more updates now since that time in the beginning of 2024, but I don't think the importance of warm-ups was really drilled into me. Like, I just wasn't really too sure what I was doing. And this comes from somebody with a background of fitness. Like, I've been involved in fitness my whole life. Like, every single job I've had, even from school, everything has been fitness orientated, and even I still felt like I wasn't sure what I was doing. Yeah, I actually ended up cancelling. I did do longer than the 2 weeks. I think I did just over a month, and I actually ended up cancelling it because I was just like, this is not working for me. And a few of my friends had done a half marathon like training block before, and they'd used like a actual person who was a running coach, and my friend had just raved about this person and how good he was. So I had a consultation call with him and decided to start coaching with him. Obviously is a lot more expensive than doing the Runner plan. Runner, at the time of making this video, I mean, guys, Strava has just brought Runner, so the prices, I don't know, I'm not making any accusations, but at the time of recording, this Runner, and I do mean at the time of recording, I have got the information directly on my screen here. Runner is £16.99 a month. You can also pay for a full year for £99.99, which works out to be £8.33 per month. And you do get a 2-week free trial with that as well. So Obviously it works for a wide variety of people because it is like under £20 a month. Like you can do that. Running coach was costing me over £100 a month, so that's just the comparison. However, I do feel like a physical running coach was 10 times better than Runner, and I have really liked trying Runner again recently, and I'm going to get into like my experience with Runner like in the last couple of weeks, and I do feel like there's been some great changes. However, the experience that I had with my running coach, even now, you cannot compare Runner to a running coach. Runner has included a lot more AI, but what I really enjoyed and appreciated with my running coach was having that communication, having someone to say to me, Hannah, have you done your warm-ups? Do you know what? No, I haven't. And just remind me of the importance of the warm-ups. Like, if I'm having a hard session, I would jump on to like my app with my coach and be like, I've just had the worst session of my life. I feel awful. My running's going backwards. I can't do this. And it's just the reassurance from that coach, whether it's a call or like via message, it's just so beneficial. And even when I did really well, like, and absolutely smashed one of my runs out, to be able to text my coach and be like, I just did this, it felt amazing, everything fair. Like, it's just, I want to be able to share that with that coach. I don't know, I think I've been coached in sport my whole life, so I think I'm very used to having a coach and wanting to like make someone proud. I don't know, not proud, but like, I like someone holding me accountable. I like to be able to like set a goal, and secretly, whatever goal I actually set, there's always like another secret goal that I will never tell anyone, but that's the goal I want to get to. So yeah, I just really think that the running coach was so beneficial, but the price obviously puts a lot of people off, and I do get it. Like, I'm privileged to be able to be in a position where I have the money to spend on a physical running coach. I'm saying physical running coach, this is like an online coach, but and a lot of people don't like online coaching, which is, I actually don't understand. Like, I'm an online coach myself. I don't understand why people have such a problem with online coaches. It's actually so much cheaper than going and having personal training every week, a couple times a week. Like, my coaching programs, some of them are less than like £15 a week, which is ridiculous. Like, when you're paying a personal trainer potentially £50 an hour. But yeah, I don't know, if you're watching this video, you have to give online coaching a go. I do have spaces if you want to do online coaching with me, or if you want a specific running coach, go and do it, because it's so worth it. So fast forward to September 2024, half marathon complete, 1 hour 44 complete. That's a tick, by the way. Then I went traveling for 3 months, and I ran probably like 4 or 5 times, if that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually quite normal. I see people do it all the time. Such an intense training block to actually go the complete opposite way and like never want to run again. And I saw people do that, and I was like, that would never be me, but that was exactly what I did. But it was because I was traveling. I think it would be different if I wasn't traveling. So yeah, went traveling, and then oh guys, I've not even told you. Shall I tell you? No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you in a different video, which will be like maybe in the next couple of weeks. But obviously I've signed up for the Olympic Standard Triathlon, and the run in the Olympic Standard Triathlon is 10 kilometers, and obviously that's at the end. So I know that I need to improve my 10K time, because not only am I going to have to be like full sending a 10K, it's going to be after swimming and cycling. So I just know my fitness needs to improve quite a lot with that. So I decided to download Runner again. I did not, and something I want to make really clear here, I did not have a negative experience with Runner at the start of 2024. I just feel like I needed more hand holding, hence the reason I got Runner again this time round, like this training block. I found a race which was like 10 weeks, I can't remember. It was about 8 to 10 weeks away from like the date that I decided I was gonna do 10K race. And I thought, right, let's give Runner a go again, and let's just see how we get on. So my mistake, I shouldn't have done this, and I realised quite quickly I shouldn't have done this, and I actually fixed my mistake. But it asked me for my 10k time. Now, I put in my 10k PB, which I did about just almost a year ago. No, not a year ago, like 9 months ago, which was 47 minutes, 12 seconds. I put that in there, in like the bit that says, what's your 10k time? Which I shouldn't have done, because although that is my 10k PB, I would be lucky to run a sub 50 10k right now. So I did it, and then the first run I had to do was in Australia. It was the middle of the day. No, it wasn't the middle of the day, that's a lie, but it was 10 o'clock, right? And it was like 25 degrees, full beaming sun like it is now, and I had like 10k progressive run, and I was like, easy, I can do that. I did a half marathon like under sub 5-minute kilometer pace. This will be a walk in the park. It was in fact not a walk in the park. I could not even hit like 5:15 pace for a kilometre, and I was looking at my weeks of runs that I had planned and realised like I was in big trouble. So the good thing that you can do is just go back and like change that initial time, and it recreates a whole new plan for you. So you don't, there's not a lot of faffing about, which is good. You don't have to like, I don't know, contact someone, get them to change everything. You simply go back and do that. However, I wasn't actually sure how to do it, so I did have to contact someone, but it is quite self-explanatory. I just didn't spend enough time looking into it. So I changed it, and I said that 50 minutes was my new time, which again, it probably was a little bit unrealistic for me. And the plan I had was quite good, but the runs didn't seem hard enough, which is weird because last time it was too difficult, this time it was too hard. At the start it was too hard, but this time I don't think it was hard enough. For example, Runner predicted that I was going to run between like 47 minutes and 15 minutes, I think, for my 10k, which was in like 8 to 10 weeks time. But the 400 meter intervals that they were giving me, and this was on like week 5, so we're quite into the plan now. We're at a pace of like 4:45. Now, that didn't seem that much of a push to me, and I didn't want to push it any further because I was like, right, no, I'm fully going in and trusting the plan. But in hindsight, I could have done that so much faster, but again, I didn't want to push it. So at that point, I was really starting to question like my fitness and if I was getting faster. Also, another thing that I did find difficult is that I did struggle with injury and did have to like miss out 2 of like the harder progressive runs because it just wasn't, it wasn't beneficial if I was to go out and like full send it, because I would just injure myself even more. And then because I had missed those sessions, I then felt like, then I ended up in like a deload week the next week, and I was like, well actually I don't need a deload week, I need to probably go back and do that session again. It was just getting a bit confusing, and I think there is like a coach feature, but I just need it to be like snappy and like right in front of me. Again, I probably haven't taken enough time to actually sit down and look through the whole app. Had I done that, I reckon it would literally be right in front of my own eyes. So yeah, and fast forward again, it's like 2 weeks before race day, and I had this sudden realization that I just do not feel like I can do this. Like, I don't feel like I've done any fast enough intervals. I don't think I've done tempos. Like, I just didn't feel like I was ready for it. But again, I was like, oh no, I'm really just gonna go in and trust the plan. But when I got to race day, I think I wasn't going in with any expectations. I was like, oh, let's just see how it goes, and like we'll go from there. And yeah, I did not do very well at all. I was like 6 minutes off PB pace, and I just wasn't fit enough. So now I have a choice. I can cancel my thing with Runner, or I give it another go. So I'm kind of in 2 minds about it at the moment, and I really don't want to speak negatively about Runner because I really think what they've done is really, really good in terms of how they've helped running become accessible and easy for everyone. It's something that not many brands or apps or like people in general did, and they've inspired so many people to run. So as a company and as like an organization, I think what they've done generally is like it's round of applause, very, very good. And a lot of my friends who are like beginner runners have used Runner from beginning to half marathon training blog, and even like friends who are in marathon training periods, they have used it and have had fantastic results. Perhaps I just needed to use it for a little bit longer, but like I said, it's just what works for me perhaps might not work for some people, but that is just my honest experience with it. I feel like a lot of what you see online is either like people working with Runner, so it's ads, or people just like hating it, and I'm obviously neither of those people. But moving forward, I think I am gonna cancel my membership with Runner, just because I'm moving over to more triathlon focused, I'm moving over to more triathlon focused stuff now. However, I did notice on Runner they have a new triathlon feature. They have got so many helpful articles, and the information that is on Runner now is so good. Like, there has been such a transformation since at the start of 2024 to like now using Runner, so it is only going to get better and better. So massive well done to like the people developing, because it is constantly getting better. I love the triathlon feature. I would love to see some swimming focused sessions, perhaps like some swimming sessions. Swimming's becoming so popular, and I don't know if you guys need a swimming coach, but yeah, I think that'd be so cool if you could add like a swimming section with Runner, because that is, give it, honestly, you guys wait, this year or this next year, swimming is going to be the new running. I'm telling you. Overall, guys, try the 2-week trial. It's definitely worth it. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. I would massively still recommend online coaching, whether that's online fitness coaching like gym work, running coaching, or specific sport, whatever it is you're trying to get into. I would hugely recommend it as a coach myself, and as somebody who has been coached as well. But if you guys have any further questions, or if there's anything else I have missed, please let me know. I will follow that up in another video, and I will have a video coming very soon. All my running top tips and tricks, like accessories, clothing, all my advice, things that I wish I knew before I started running, to help you guys, because I know that I loved watching those videos when I first started running. So I'm really excited to be able to make those videos as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in another video.